We're planning Freedom Flotilla 2. And contrary to maybe what Israel tried to do or was trying to do, by hitting us the way that they did, maybe breaking this movement, we have thousands of people contacting us wanting to participate. Groups in various countries organizing to send their own boats to Gaza. We have a U.S. boat effort. If you haven't heard of it, the website is ustogaza.org. It's a national coalition of U.S. groups and activists that are mobilizing and raising funds so that we will have a decent-sized U.S. boat in the next flotilla, and the same thing is happening in many other countries throughout Europe and Asia. And we plan to set sail in the spring of 2011. Why do we need to do this as civil society? Israel tries to tell the world that they are not an occupying force anymore, certainly not in Gaza. They pulled out their soldiers and settlers from Gaza, and therefore they don't occupy Gaza anymore. But the measure of whether or not a territory is occupied is not by boots on the ground, how many soldiers you have, but it's by something that's called effective control. How much effective control does a party have over territory? Even though Israel pulled its soldiers out from the center of Gaza and dismantled settlements and actually moved most of these settlers into West Bank settlement, but they still control all of Gaza's borders. 6 of them directly, and 1 of them, Rafah, it's the border with Egypt, they indirectly control. They control Gaza's access to the sea. They control Gaza's airspace. Fishermen in Gaza, trying to make a living because their economy has been shattered, get shot at if they take their boats out more than 3 miles. The Israeli Navy opens fire on them. What kind of catch do you expect within just a 3-mile distance? Not much. And not only that, since fishermen are forced to fish in what is polluted water. Because Israel has not let in, and to this day has not let in what Gaza needs to fix its sewage system. So Gaza is on a brink of a separate humanitarian crisis just from the problem that it has with sewage, and over 80 million liters of untreated sewage is dumped into the Mediterranean every single day. And this is the water that Palestinian fishermen are fishing in, because if they dare go more than 3 miles out, they risk their lives. And farmers that have territory, that have their livelihood crops. A lot of it is near what Israel has declared a buffer zone. They have marked off an area of territory, 300, they say it's 300 meters, but more effectively, it's about a kilometer or a kilometer and a half sometimes into Gaza. And when farmers go to this area to try to get to their crops so they can feed their family, they are shot at. In addition to this kind of control that Israel has over Gaza, they control Gaza's economy. They control Gaza's population registry. No child born in Gaza is accounted for unless Israel gives them a registration number. Very much what Gazans have for dinner on any particular day is controlled by Israel by what they have allowed into the Gaza Strip on that particular day. And therefore, Israel has effective control over Gaza, so Israel still controls Gaza. And according to international law, an occupying power is responsible for the health and well-being of the people that they occupy. But Israel has absolved itself of this responsibility, so not only are they not taking care of the people that they occupy, but they're deliberately punishing the people that they occupy. This is called collective punishment, which is prohibited under international law. It's a violation of Article 33 of the 4th Geneva Conventions, and it's prohibited by the laws of most countries. You are not punished for something you didn't do. Most international human rights and humanitarian organizations, including Israeli organizations, have called this for what it is, a violation of international law. The United Nations has come out and said it. Even the International Committee of the Red Cross, which is usually silent and quiet about the work of against such gross human rights abuses, when they turn their back on crimes against humanity, on apartheid, we have the responsibility to take action. And that is why we will not back down. That is why Freedom Flotilla 2 will sail in the spring of 2011. And to go back to what I said when I first started, yes, we want to alleviate the situation in Gaza, but we're not a humanitarian or we're not an organization that's about delivering humanitarian aid. Because our goal is not to contribute to this cycle of dependency on humanitarian aid. Gaza right now, 80% of the population is dependent on handouts, is food insecure because of Israel's deliberate policies. So our goal is to confront the policy that leaves Palestinians in need of humanitarian aid. And that's what needs to be done. That's what we had hoped our state would do, but they're not doing it, so we will do it. And while we want to alleviate the situation in Gaza, it's not just about Gaza. It's not even just about Palestine. It's about the very notion that wherever injustice exists in this world, we have a responsibility to take action. And when people around the world join hands to take action, not even the fourth most powerful military in the world can stop us. And therefore, I hope that you will all believe the same way that those 44 people that got on the first boats to Gaza believe that we can do this. We can do this, and when we believe in ourselves and our ability to change the injustices that we see,